largest species of penguin, next to the emperor. So she is full grown. The kings get about 3 feet tall and around 50 pounds. The emperors can be another foot taller than that, about 100 pounds. So they are some pretty big birds. The kings have those beautiful yellow feathers on their chest, going up their head behind their ears, as well as that bright orange bill plate on their beaks. In the world, there are 18 different species of penguins, and here at Moody, we have 7 of them. So, the ones in our cold weather exhibit are going to be our kings, and then we have our gentoos, which have bright orange feet and beaks, and they're also the fastest swimming penguins, so they are zooming around the water all the time. Then we have our chin straps, and just like their name says, they have a strap of black feathers under their chin, so whoever named them wasn't super creative with that one. Then we have 3 species of crested penguins. So crested just means they have those fun yellow feathers on the top of their head. So our largest crested that we have is going to be our macaronis, and they have what's called what we call a unibrow of yellow feathers. So their yellows go across their whole forehead, as opposed to our rockhoppers, both northerns and southerns, have 2 distinct eyebrows of yellow feathers. So they have a little gap in between. The difference between the northerns and the southerns is going to be the northerns have really long yellow feathers, and the southerns have really short ones. Then we do have 1 species of warm weather penguin. They have their own exhibit at the end of the aquarium. Those are going to be our Humboldts. So those guys are found in Chile and Peru. So we keep their exhibit at about 65, 70 degrees with 50-degree water. And then over here, we modeled this exhibit after an island called South Georgia Island, where all 6 of these species are found naturally. And it's roughly about 40 degrees all year round there. So that's what we have their exhibit at. Anybody have any questions yet? Hi, lady. I know. So, penguins are pretty much identical to each other. Sometimes they'll have different ways to tell them apart, but for the most part, you can't even tell male versus female by just looking at them. So, in captivity, we will get blood tests from them, which will tell us their sex and give us their ID. So once we get that, we assign a number to them. So the way we keep track of our numbers is through our color system. So you'll notice that she has these 2 bracelets. Come here, lady. You're crazy. She has these 2 bracelets on her flippers. So the way we read them is going to be from the penguin's back to the penguin's front, and that furthest back color is going to be their species identifying color. So Dawn and every king that we have is going to have that purple bead first. Macaroni's orange, gentoos yellow, chin straps green, and rockhoppers red. And then from there we read them as numbers. So to make it a little bit easier to learn and memorize, we use a rainbow color system. So that means that white is 0, black is 1, brown is 2, and then the rainbow from there. So with Dawn, she starts with that purple for King Penguin, then she has white for 0, and then a green for 6, and another green for 6. So she's King Penguin 66. Hi. She's just looking around.
The necks
I know,
are so
it's a lot
long.
to take in. Yeah. Kings, the way that they vocalize, they do what's called trumpeting. So they will extend their neck all the way up and make a trumpet-like sound. And then when they're done, they bow to you. And it is so cute.
Hello.
Any questions or anything? All right. So they are prepping their food back behind us. We feed these guys 3 different types of fish every day, and we feed them twice a day. So they're going to get what's called capelin. She's like, fish? Whale. They're going to get what's called capelin every day, twice a day, which we call like the fruits and vegetables of the diet. It has the nutrition that they need and a lot of their water intake as well. And then we'll also leave some on some ice pans out in the exhibit in case anybody missed the feed or didn't eat as much as they wanted. They can eat from that later. Then we also give out herring. We'll give it to the kings Wednesday and Saturday. And then we try, if we have extra from seals, to give them with their vitamins every day because they love their herring. But it is a fattier fish, so we don't want to give it to them every single day. We want to kind of balance it out for them. And then lastly, they get silver sides. There's a little tiny small fish that we call their dessert fish. And we'll throw about 5 pounds in the water every day. And whoever wants to jump in and chase after that can eat.
Yeah, once the water, once you look at it, the fish is water,
If y'all look closely, at her eyeballs, penguins actually have a third eyelid, and it blinks side to side, and it's clear. So they use it when they're underwater. They'll close that eyelid. They can still see. It's basically like wearing goggles under the water, right? Yeah. Thank you. Just taking it all in, looking around. All right. So before we go into that, any questions about her or any of our penguins?
So apparently, a penguin skeleton, they have knees, they're like tucked to their chest.
Yes. So they do. It's kind of, I mean, obviously hard to see. She's so blubbery. But they're like right about here. I know. I'm sorry. They're like right down here. But I believe a lot of birds are like that, where their knees are kind of further in. They also do have ears. It's very hard to see because they're super, super small. They're just like little pinholes on the side of their head. But with the kings, so you see that like yellow that like comes up around here. It's between that yellow and her eyeball. She said that's a secret. Don't tell them that. And speaking of adaptations, does anybody know why penguins can't fly? True. Good point.
Because
they're more evolved for swimming.
They are. So, and they are evolved for swimming because their bones and their flippers are dense. So just like our bones, they're going to be dense. If you have a flighted bird, their bones are going to be hollow so that they can glide through the air a lot easier. But them having dense bones means that they can push through the water easier and stronger, making them fly through the water instead of through the air.
So do flighted birds like not have bone marrow, or do they just have less bone marrow?
Great question. Do you know that answer? With flighted birds, do they not have bone marrow since their bones are hollow?
They do not.
So how do they make blood, like red blood cells and stuff?
I don't know how to explain all of that. That's more of like, I'm not sure.
Well, they'll have other processes, so it's not, you're thinking of human bone, with the marrow is solid. With flighted birds, and if you've ever had chicken at home, take the drumstick, break it, you'll see, but it's honeycomb. So it's not like a straw. So you'll still have those processes, but instead of being this, it's this with a lot of little straws in the middle running the length. So that gives it gives lightweight ability. That also still allows for all the other biological processes that we're thinking of. So with our guys, if we were to go down to that skeleton that's downstairs and we were able to take a saw and cut it, it'd be it's solid. So when, and that will help them with the going to anymore.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take Dawn back upstairs so she doesn't get too warm down here. I know, they're all your friends. Alright, bye Dawn.